Savio, I have to ask you, we've had, and I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but we've had Tony Atlas in the studio many times. He's definitely a close friend of the show, you say not. You tell us about the night of Bruiser Brody being murdered, please,
Well,
from your end.
I got a little clout on that because the movie and the book, and I signed with the people that
Okay.
doing it. Do not talk about all that. You know?
Okay, fair enough.
Well, but I could tell you a sad day, of course. Still till now that we're talking, still a sad day. Still missing Frank. I call him Frank because Then later I met him and talked to him as a Frank, no Bruiser Brody. He ride in my car many times to take it to the towns. Last time, I could say this. Last time I was with him in my car. I live about 40 minutes from San Juan. The company office was right there in San Juan, so by the hotel is 10 minutes easy. So they called me to pick Frank, so I have to go 40 minutes there to take it to go to Ponce area, which is in the south area of the island. And I said yes. I never I like to pick up the guys. I travel alone, so I pick him, pick Abdullah, but this day I picked Frank, and we went to Ponce. My English wasn't that great, but I understand and talk or whatever. Now, in a way back, we are talking, and he said to me, "Listen, you are a good talent. Don't stay in the island. You could go on the States and make it big and make more money." I'm like, okay, So I was thinking in my head, translate all that what he say in English in my Spanish, and I say, well, this is the guy that are gonna help me. I'm gonna ask him later to help me, to book me because he know everybody. I don't know nobody.
Right. Sure.
So, boom, the Gaga happened, and not because that I went like no, because first was him. When he arrived in Puerto Rico the first time, I was working as a security guard for the company.
Mm-hmm.
So when he arrived there, he come with the gimmick, us, yelling and moving here. Everywhere he moved, I was next to him. And knowing that day was nobody in the building, was a TV taping, was a low house, I was next to him, taking care of him. And once they are in the dressing room, they safe. That's it. But I remember Frank, big time. I cried that man. I remember one time coming from the same town back home, and that's going to be in a movie. Driving back home. In this area now, they put another bridge here. They put another roads, whatever. But by that time, it was just you coming from Highway 52, you turn to 22. So I start crying. I was listening to music, and I start crying and cry. I can't even see. I can see. I was crying big time, and I turned to 22 without looking, and I from the inside lane I went across the 3 lanes to the shoulder on the right side to stop. Because I can see, but I never turned to see it either. I remember I went just in and turned, and I stopped there and cried out. I mean, till I was relaxed. That's when I continue home. But sad, man.
So I know you can't talk about it, but Tony's been in here and he gives you credit for saving his life. Is there any anger? Is there any anger at Carlos Colon on your end over this thing at all? I know you can't get too in depth, but is there anger from you at Carlos Colon for what went on?
Well, Carlos, it's not anger against Carlos. If Carlos have an anger against me, that's his problem, not mine. But the day they there that day, if they know what's gonna happen, It's a 50-50 chance. I'm mad. I'm mad because that should never happen. If you got something against somebody, just talk over. If you cannot talk and you want to fight, just fight. Like two bulls, whatever. But the way that happened damaged the company, damaged wrestling in Puerto Rico, damaged the name of Puerto Rico.
For sure.
Damaged everybody.
For sure.
So I got mad too because when trial come out and the gaga they did there done, many people was start talking about the wrestler never come of that, which is true. Nobody talking behalf of Frank. I got mad because I talk and I say what I see. I cannot put words because it's a serious case, and I don't want to get myself caught in a lie.
Were you fearful for your own safety during this time period? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Never crossed my head neither.
Mm-hmm.
Because was an accident there. Well, not an accident.
Right.
Bullshit. But
right.
Sorry.
Right. No, fair enough. Curse. Say what you want.
I never feel threatened, In that,
you did feel the urgency to get Tony off the island to help him get out of there, though.
No, what happened with Tony in that point is he wanted to talk to the police.
Okay.
Bad that the police don't speak English.
Okay.
So when that happened, Invader 2, Soto, he speak good Spanish and English, and he was translated to the cop. The cops are inside the dressing room, and Tony was talking to them. This happened, blah 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 blah, and in one point, feel the tension in the dressing room because he was talking to the cops. Why not? I mean, a stab. No, he don't die there. A lot of people think that Brody died there.
Right.
No. They took him to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They proceeded an operation.
Right.
And he passed through the night.
Correct.
And I was when I went to the building next day, because the show continued that night, because a lot of speculation. People start saying things that they don't happen there. When I arrived in the building next day, which is Mayagüez, to the west side of the island, and I arrived there, I just threw my bag in the dressing room. I went to the front to ask Isaac Rosario. He just passed away 2 months ago. And when I just went to him and said, what, do you know anything about Brody? He said he passed away. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I just went sad, man. And I was across the building all the way to the dressing room. And I sit down right there. I was alone in that moment. Nobody there. And here come Carlos arrived, Jose Invader, and Jose Colon, Carlos' brother, and Jovica. They just arrived. And I said to Carlos, hey, do you hear the Brody passed away? He said, yeah, I hear that. And I'm like, and Invader was there like nothing happened.
How did Carlos seem about it?
He was kind of a worry.
Okay.
He was kind of a worry. Because...
You sense any grief from him? Emotionally, as you're looking at the man's face?
He was always the same. But,
really? Okay.
But what you see there is when something happened, when you're ready to do something, well, do it. The consequences is gonna, you're gonna pay the price of the consequences either way. Some way you're gonna pay, and that's when the conscience start eating you alive.
Yeah.
And it's no jail, no whatever. Your consequences is gonna kill you, because
your prison is your own conscience.
that's gonna be a hammer in your head.
Interesting.
Boom, boom, boom.
What was the fallout towards WWC from American wrestlers after Brody's murder?
That night, the second day, none of the guys arrived. Some of the guys left. The Puerto Rico.
There you go.
Everybody pissed because when that happened, somebody went to the Hills dressing room and tell them that. Remember, I told you separate dressing room all the time. So somebody went to the Hill dressing room and explained them this happened. So I guess whatever they say, somebody, I don't know who, say whatever there. Everybody's like, but what happened? I mean, he's still alive, of course. So, okay, a fight between two guys, a knife was involved, and all right, he's alive. So the show went on. When he passed next day, that's when everybody said,
"That's it.
Go with this," and everybody left. You know, by that time was no cell phones, no beepers, no nothing.
Yeah, of course.
Just so I went to the building. When I arrived there, I realized they canceled the show. Of course, nobody come.
Yeah,
cancel the show. I mean, that was to have a full house that day because outside was packed.